Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the second annual Guardians for Good celebration. I'm Bob Kendrick, along with Stacia Naquin, and along with being co-anchors of the ABC 6 News and Fox 28 News broadcasts each night, it's our pleasure to serve as your hosts for this year's second annual virtual event.
This year's event looks, of course, a little different as we've moved from the ballroom to the virtual big screen. But while we're not physically together, we know it won't diminish the spirit of this event or dampen the celebration of the extraordinary work happening in our community through our Guardians for Good, who've risen to the occasion even in the face of our national health pandemic. While we know COVID-19 has been disorienting in some ways and disruptive in others, it has not stopped the flow of good, but rather challenged us in new creative ways to deliver service and selflessness.
Over the next 45 minutes or so, we're going to celebrate a group of amazing people and organizations that have contributed to deliver the difference and truly embody the theme, be the good, see the good. These local Guardians have stepped up in this unprecedented moment in our history and decided to become the change they want to see with a face covering and socially distanced. As we celebrate today, we invite you to share this event and interact with us by using the Zoom or Facebook Live chat function to share your messages of support and celebration for this year's class of Guardians. Now let's get started this evening with a message from Helpline Executive Director Sue Hansen about how the Guardians for Good program formed and how it's transforming our community.
Thank you, Bob and Stacia. Welcome, everyone. We're so delighted that you chose to spend your Giving Tuesday and lunch hour with us as we celebrate those who are helping to advance good in our community. I'd like to acknowledge our past Guardians for Good, along with the Helpline board, staff, and volunteers. To our community partners and funders watching with us today, we appreciate your continued support and presence. Guardians for Good was launched in 2017 as a way to build and engender a sense of community among those who invest in Helpline, whether through sponsorship, service, or social activism. These platforms allow our Guardians to give in meaningful and varied ways. That way we've gone beyond listing names, but are cultivating a deeper connection to our work so that it becomes familiar. We've opened our organization in a way that hopefully ignites a passion to champion hope, help, and healing in our community, even in the most challenging times. What we envision then is what's manifested here today through Guardians for Good. Along with celebrating Guardians today, we're commemorating 50 years of service to our community. To help us continue to provide crisis, emergency support, prevention education, and more during COVID-19 and beyond, we're kicking off our 500 for 50 campaign. We're asking 500 community members throughout the counties we serve to donate $50 each. You can do so now by texting Helpline 50 to 41444, or give online at helplinedelmore.org, or of course mail a check or money order to 11 North Franklin Street here in Delaware. We're excited that you've joined us on this journey and hope that you leave here today inspired to incorporate good in your own life and in the lives of others.
Thanks, Sue. We would now like to honor the first two honorees this afternoon. When the horrific George Floyd murder occurred, many of us were left breathless, looking for ways to come together for change. The Delaware African American Heritage Council quickly stepped up to expand the dialogue within the community to encourage racial understanding and healing, while challenging systems on the city and county level to be more inclusive and equitable for all.
When George Needham knew that the library systems would be heavily impacted by the pandemic, he and his staff worked diligently to ensure that patrons were safe and still able to access resources and reading. Communicating the plan with precision, the library didn't miss a beat. So let's take a look at how these Guardians delivered on their unique brand of good.
Hi, my name is Marian, and I'm a local resident here in Delaware, and I'd like to congratulate the council for this wonderful honor. It is so well deserved. I first became affiliated with the council when I partnered with them recently to do a 4-week racialized trauma series. I am so incredibly grateful to have had that opportunity to hold space and to support local residents, and I really thank the council for that opportunity. I often say I really have a lot of gratitude for the council because they've helped me really get reconnected and more engaged here on a local level, and I'm so appreciative for that. I would say 3 words that really describe the council are being a convener of people. I would also say investing in people, and lastly, just uplifting well-being for all. I think that the council is really vital for the community because they're not afraid to speak truth to power, and also to just really be a representative for voices that aren't often heard here locally. And finally, I would say that the council deserves this honor because they recognize the importance of diverse views, and they really work hard to advocate and to make sure that there's a variety of voices that are represented around the table. Congratulations to the council.
My name is Richard Upton, and I am the owner of J. Gumbo's here in Delaware, past recipient and honoree for the Guardian for Good. Very happy about that. This year, just as happy to present to you the Delaware African American Heritage Council, one of the honorees for 2020. The Delaware African American Heritage Council was formed by community members that wanted to make a difference here in Delaware to all the residents and to provide a more diverse environment. The ladies that are the spearheads of this, Tamika Vincent and Melissa Harris, I have known for a number of years, and thrilled to be associated with them and to help out whenever we can. There are some other good folks that I've known prior to the inception of this group, Doug and Amy Wright, and numerous other folks, and it's been a great pleasure to get to know them on a personal level, to get to know more about the Delaware African American Heritage Council, and just to learn and meet other folks and expand and include everybody here in Delaware. So please join me in congratulating the council on being a Guardian for Good for 2020.
Hello, I'm Aaron Cook, Director of Secondary Curriculum and Assessment for Delaware City Schools. For the past 3 years, we've had a partnership with the Delaware African American Heritage Council for our Black History Month program at the WSYX Education Center. This program has allowed our students to share their stories, experiences, songs, dance, poetry, and art based around the theme of the event. This year's theme is Soldiers on a Journey Through Black History, which will be held virtually February 17th. This collegial relationship with the Delaware African American Heritage Council has had and will continue to have a positive impact on our learning community. The Delaware African American Heritage Council is certainly representative of Be the Good, See the Good in our community, and a well-deserving recipient of the Guardians for Good Award.
I have been so impressed with his leadership. To me, he demonstrates, the characteristics of a Guardian for Good in that he ensures that our local library is there for people in so many different ways. Our library's roles have changed so much, and George makes sure that our library here in Delaware County is one that ensures connection, ensures education, links people to resources, and even supports the causes of social justice and community wellness.
My name is Brenda Holmes, and I am an avid user of the Delaware Higher Library. I go there, I would say every day. They can expect to see me. I have a good rapport with them, they know me and I know them. I usually call every day. Since we've had this epidemic, we call and we reserve a laptop. I don't even have to say my name. They always say, all right, Brenda, what time do you want to come in? And I give them my time, and they say, come on in. I love the library. The library keeps me going. They make me laugh. We can laugh about things. We talk about life. We talk about how the day is going. Are you going to be open tomorrow? How is the virus doing? We're still hanging in there. Anyone of any age comes to the library and they feel like they are welcome. And I am a computer user, but I'm not that skillful. And I have to call them over from time to time. Hey, get me straight. Can you help me? And they do that in such a wonderful way. So it is my home away from home. You know, if I'm just thinking, if I had 3 words to describe the director, George Eden, it would be that he is caring for his employees and for the people that come in. He shares and he's loving. He is a wonderful person, and we have had various talks and things. And sometimes when you can just knock on the door and you can walk in, he says, "Come on in." And he says, "How's your day?" And I said, "Fine, how's your day?"
So thank you, George, for all you're doing to provide leadership in our community through the Delaware County District Library System. We appreciate you.
And George, I would like to say to you, congratulations on the Guardian for Good Award. You know, you really do deserve it. Congrats again.
We'd now like to introduce a special tribute to this year's class of Guardians.
Please join us now in welcoming Caroline Bennett, who reminds us that letting our light shine helps lead others to a brighter pathway so they can truly see the good.
Congratulations to this year's recipients for the Guardians for Good Awards. You're broken down, tired of living life on a merry-go-round. You can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, and we can walk it out more. Mountain, we can walk it out more. For you, for you, oh, for you, oh, when the silence isn't quiet, oh, and it seems like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet more. Mountains, take the world to its feet, y'all, more. Mountains, and I'll rise up, rise like the day, I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and don't do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you. you don't know what to do. You gotta hold on. You gotta hold on. Just a little while longer, but hold on. Hold on. Hold on. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. Hold on. Hey, you gotta hold on. Don't you throw in the towel. It's turning around for you. It's turning around right now. You gotta hold on. It's gonna be alright. Stay in the fight and hold on. Rise Up by Andre Day. Thank you.
Oh, what an amazing, moving performance by local artist Caroline Bennett. An amazing talent. Our next two Guardians for Good work to ensure that individuals and families have access to basic needs such as shelter, food, and clothing. And these needs became even more prevalent once the pandemic hit, as families were experiencing unemployment and food insecurity at new levels. Family Promise of Delaware County has always been a beacon for families facing homelessness, but found itself at the very center of the crisis when family displacement rose due to precarious housing, closures, or stay-at-home orders.
When Mike Schnell saw the needs explode in his Morrow County, he literally took to the mic and created a platform, began raising money through United Way to ensure that member nonprofits could meet the surge happening as a result of COVID-19. With rural communities often facing access, transportation, and resource issues, Mike made it a personal mission to promote life-saving services to those who needed it most. Let's see how these Guardians tackled the challenges in their communities.
I'm here to say a few words about one of our 2020 Guardian for Good recipients, Family Promise. Gwen Stetler, the executive director, and Tanya Wilson, who is the director of Housing and Family Services, together lead this amazing organization that assists people who are experiencing homelessness as well as other housing issues. I'd like to read part of what the nominator said about Family Promise. Family Promise, celebrating their 10th anniversary this year, is dedicated to their mission of building communities and strengthening lives through providing shelter and so much more. Through linking those, they serve to resources, assisting people to access alternatives, advocating and acting as a bridge to permanent housing, as well as developing creative partnerships to ensure the best possible service rooted in respecting each individual and providing an experience that is trauma-informed and maximizes a feeling of home. That truly does say it.
Hello, I'm Randy, one of the 14 board members of Family Promise, and we're responsible for the maintenance and then growth of Family Promise as an organization. And actually, I spent about 45 days there as a homeless person with my family, so that the organization as a whole is extremely has a personal appreciation for what they do there. And one of the questions here is, could you describe Family Promise in 3 words? And that's extremely hard. I mean, I would do it in about 4 words. It's exciting atmosphere. It brings a lot of dignity to the process of kind of rebuilding your life. Lots of hope and lots of love to go around.
And when I think about words that really epitomize Family Promise, I think of dedication to meeting the needs of those that they serve. I think of compassion Compassion is always there in terms of working to understand and truly meet people where they are so that they can do the best possible job. I think of collaboration. Family Promise recognizes that we can't do it alone. I think commitment is another word because that's what it takes to do the work that they're doing. It's very, very challenging. So it's really my pleasure to be able to talk about Family Promise, talk about Gwen and Tanya, and tell them thank you for all that you do for the Delaware County and surrounding communities. They are truly, truly a treasure. And we want to congratulate them on this award and tell you how much we know you deserve it.
I'm so thankful to be a part of Family Promise and also Helpline. And Family Promise is so deserving of this award.
Mike is the general manager of WVXG and actually of WDLR as well and WQTT radio. Mike, I met Mike, oh gosh, I don't know if it's been 5 years or more ago. And I met him because he and his team have been for some years now doing radiothons for local United Ways to help them raise money to support organizations like Helpline and other nonprofits in the community to be able to serve local residents. Mike is a guy who's obviously got lots of energy. He's got a great sense of humor, obviously very generous with his time and bringing his teams in to do these radiothons, and specifically in Morrow County. They've been doing them on a regular basis every year for quite a while. And during those radiothons, it's an opportunity for nonprofits to get the word out about their services, how United Way supports them. And it's just so amazing to me and impressive that Mike gives his time, his team, his resources on a regular basis to help raise funds for those in need. Not only has Mike been involved in radiothons for some years in support of local United Ways, but he also has played Santa Claus in Morrow County for their annual Pizzaburg fundraiser. And, you know, you gotta say, a guy who's willing to put on a Santa suit and deliver pizzas on a winter's night, that guy is pretty impressive and certainly deserves to be recognized again for his willingness to jump in and help raise funds for those in need. That's why I think Mike deserves this Guardians for Good award. And I know, you know, he receives it on the behalf of his team and all the people who help make it possible to do these radiothons you know, so he's there, he's part of the community, he's investing time, energy, his talent, and his resources to make Morrow County a better place. So thank you, Mike, and congratulations on your award.
Hi, my name is Tanika Benson-Reed. I'm the Helpline Marketing and Development Director. And when I think about Mike Schnell, what an amazing human being, what an amazing human doing. He is certainly a class act. So I met Mike when we were thinking about advertising alternatives and trying to really target our audience. And he was so extremely competent at his craft. But I got to know Mike a little bit more. And if I had 3 words to describe him, I would say grounded. He is certainly grounded in his faith and grounded in his community. I would also say he's extremely compassionate. He actually cares. I've seen him develop and cultivate relationships not only with people in the Delaware community, but the Morrow County community. He really does care. And I would say finally, he's a ball of fun. He makes, you know, working with the station so fun. And he is really lighthearted. So congratulations to you, Mike. You certainly deserve it. Thanks for all you do.
The City of Delaware understands the importance of serving through volunteerism as it inspires, equips, and mobilizes people to take action and improves our quality of life. Guardians for Good are at the center of social change, discovering their power to make a difference and solving acute community problems in a way that government can't. I'd like to introduce the City of Delaware Mayor, Carolyn Riggle now, who has a special presentation in honor of Helpline Guardians for Good, who are vital in caring for and protecting our community.
Hi, I'm Vice Mayor Kent Schaefer, standing in for Mayor Riggle today, reading the proclamation. I'd like to thank Lee Yoakum for coming out and making this possible. Normally we would do this in person, but we've all had to adjust in 2020, haven't we? Whereas the City of Delaware has the responsibility to recognize occasions of outstanding significance, and whereas Helpline launched Guardians for Good in 2017 as a way to recognize those who passionately serve others, socially advocate for underserved and underrepresented populations, and prioritize financial resources to bring about positive change in the community. And whereas Guardians for Good address the most pressing social and economic challenges facing our city, from issues of suicide, sexual assault, and relationship and other interpersonal violence, to provide access to emergency food, shelter, or mental health and addiction services. Whereas Guardians for Good strive to create thriving and resilient communities while ensuring community solutions that ensure all residents have access to basic needs, support services, and opportunities to reach their highest potential in a safe environment. Whereas Guardians for Good often use the vehicles of volunteerism and vision to make the community a better place to live each and every day. And whereas Guardians for Good demonstrate care, dedication, and compassion by making an intensive commitment to service, a commitment that remains with them in their future endeavors. And whereas Guardians for Good shares a priority with the city, neighborhoods, civic, faith-based organizations to engage residents, improve lives, and strengthen communities, and should be recognized for their outstanding impact. Therefore, I, Vice Mayor Kent Schaefer, on behalf of Mayor Riggle and the City of Delaware, do hereby proclaim the first Tuesday of every December as Helpline Guardians for Good Day, and encourage all residents to recognize the positive impact of this day in our city, to thank those who serve, and to find ways to do good, advancing the Helpline vision of hope, help, and healing for all. Congratulations.
Our final awardees this afternoon have been on the front lines ensuring that critical community needs are met. SWCI has met the need by providing physical and social nourishment to our community through their food pantry, where they partner with Lutheran Social Services to deliver fresh food and produce. And they are an award-winning science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, or STEAM program to encourage dialogue and critical thinking. The information and guidance to navigate mathematics as access points for guiding student inquiry, the COVID-19 pandemic safely and without fear. The Delaware Public Health District has been a compass and beacon, providing ongoing public health services while managing the biggest health event in a century. Their compassionate, caring, and competent staff has been an ongoing force, keeping residents, businesses, and the broader community informed and inspired that together we can get through this. Finally, Sue Hansen has served as the Helpline Executive Director for 25 years. That is half the time the organization has been in existence, a true rarity. She has seen the nonprofit landscape shift and reshape as it responds to community needs, but had to employ innovative and creative skills to ensure the 24-hour crisis and support hotline had continuity when it mattered most. Let's take a look at our final awardees of the afternoon.
Hi, my name is Megan Bailey, Educational Coordinator with SWCI. SWCI is a huge asset to the Delaware County, Delaware City community because of all the things we help and provide to the underprivileged and underserved population. From free tutoring to pantry to helping seniors, and we continuously grow each day. And I'm very thankful to be a part of this amazing program. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Colleen Dennis. I'm with Connections Volunteer Center. Connections has worked with Second Ward almost from their beginning. It has been great to see them grow and become an important part of our Delaware community. I met with Carrie Joy soon after she came to the Second Ward Community Initiative, and I was immediately taken with her enthusiasm and excitement for the future of the center. We've been able to match volunteers to help with different projects. This includes a volunteer team from Helpline on one of our days of service, a construction team from America's Home Place, college volunteer teams, and recently individuals helping with the COVID drive-through testing site. Carrie Joy is someone who is willing and able to allow volunteers to help and share their skills with the center. Carrie Joy brings a passionate love of community and service to the Second Ward. She has also brought outreach to the greater community. Her enthusiasm and willingness to put herself out there brings the good. Second Ward has become a vital part of Delaware. Carrie Joy has expanded the community center by offering resources, learning opportunities, community meetings, and intergenerational services. The programming and sense of community impacts lives daily, and the effects of that will radiate into the future. The life skills taught, coaching, the mentoring, the acceptance is given with an open heart to everyone. Offering these opportunities to low-income and high-risk individuals of the Second Ward brings new life and readiness to the community. Carrie Joy is a true leader and influencer, truly a guardian for good.
Hello, I'm Heidi Kegley, Superintendent of Delaware City Schools. We have been longtime partners with the Delaware Public Health District. The Delaware Public Health District plays an essential role in supporting our school district and the other school districts in Delaware County. They conduct regular inspections of our facilities, support our school nurses, facilitate the Youth Risk Behavior Survey, and conduct immunization clinics. These are just a few of the ways they support our schools. During the past few months, they have provided critical leadership and guidance as we have created plans to protect our students, staff, and families during the COVID-19 pandemic. We meet virtually every week and talk multiple times throughout the week. The Delaware Public Health District plays a vital role in our community, promoting, protecting, and improving the health for everyone living in our community. They strive to do this by instilling healthy habits for all. The Delaware Public Health provides wellness, community, and environmental services. This includes everything from car seat safety, newborn visits, emergency preparedness, to food safety, and so much more. Their employees are approachable, knowledgeable, and kind.
Good morning. My name is Sean Miller, and I'm the Director of the Delaware County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. And since early March, our agency has been working very closely with the Delaware General Health District, now the Delaware Public Health District, regarding the COVID-19 pandemic. One of our joint functions during that time frame has been the receipt of and allocation of personal protective equipment, or PPE, and also a wide variety of other logistical and planning functions. During that time frame, it has been a distinct honor to work with the Health District and its staff, Health Commissioner Sheila Hiddleston, and all of those that work with her at the Health District have proven themselves to the person to be tireless servants in the face of this pandemic, and it has been truly inspiring.
If I could describe the Delaware Public Health District in 3 words, it would be compassionate, collaborative, and dedicated.
If I had to describe the organization and its staff in 3 words, those words would simply be dedicated to community. And I think that this organization, the Health District, has proven its worth and proven the sheer importance of its existence during the past 8 months, because of not only all of the functions that they carry out for COVID, but also the day-to-day public health functions that must continue. And because of all of that, they have proven themselves to be vital to the community, continuing on with those day-to-day functions in the face of an unprecedented pandemic, at least within the last century. So in that regard, they have been truly inspiring. And I believe that this organization deserves the Guardians for Good Award because of that sense of urgency that all of the staff members at the Delaware Public Health District have demonstrated tirelessly over the past 8 months. And as the director of an organization that has had the opportunity to work very closely with them, I believe that they are well deserving of this award because of the many long hours that they have spent serving the community in the face of this pandemic. And it has been truly an honor to work with them.
On their website, they share the Delaware Public Health District is dedicated to fostering, protecting, and improving the health and environment for our residents and our community. The Delaware Public Health District deserves this award for truly being guardians of good. They have always been an incredible group of individuals who help our entire community, but through the past several months, they have provided exceptional guidance and direction as we are all experiencing this COVID-19 pandemic. Their entire organization has been available, approachable, and focused on keeping our community as safe as possible as we continue to maneuver this together. We are extremely grateful to the Delaware Public Health District and pleased to recognize them for being honored as the 2020 Helpline Guardians for Good.
And I've been working with the Delaware General Health District for 25 years. I have worked and do work with so many wonderful staff members who are truly dedicated to the health of Delaware County. They demonstrate their value every single day, and never more so than during COVID-19. Thank you to the Delaware General Health District for all you do for our community and how important you are to keeping us healthy. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Rich Steele, the Associate Director of Helpline, and I'd like to take a few minutes to congratulate our Executive Director, Sue Hansen, on being recognized as one of the Guardians for Good in 2020. Though I've only been at Helpline for the past 16 months, I have had the opportunity to work with Sue as a community partner for over 10 years. As many of you may know, this year marks the 50th anniversary of Helpline, and Sue has been a part of that history for the past 25 years. Both of those are great accomplishments and worthy of being recognized. This award is meant to celebrate significant contributions towards achievement of Helpline's mission. What I've seen firsthand is Sue's commitment to not only the communities we serve, but her commitment to the Helpline staff. If ever there was a year that commitment to staff has been evident, it's been this year, 2020. As we worked our way through the COVID pandemic, the number one concern for Sue has been the safety and well-being of our staff and volunteers. She has led us through changes that none of us could have predicted or would have predicted, and so those changes have been successful. We didn't know we could work from home effectively. We didn't know that we could work virtually, but under Sue's guidance, we did just that. And what's amazing is we did that without missing a phone call or a text. Sue leads by example, and I can assure you there isn't one task at Helpline that Sue hasn't done herself. No matter how small, if it needs done, Sue's the kind of person that just gets it done. So when we look for examples of those that have made significant contributions to fulfilling the Helpline mission, I can't think of anyone more deserving than Sue Hansen. Congratulations and thank you for all that you have done for these past 25 years.
What an exciting afternoon it's been to recognize all the good that's happening all around us. and despite the discouraging news that we often have to deliver each day. You can catch a recap of our winners, the video presentations, and photos from today's event on the Helpline YouTube and Facebook channels. We also encourage you to give through the 500 for 50 campaign by texting Helpline 50 to 41444.
Before we close out the day, we hope that you've been inspired by our 2020 Guardians for Good. We also hope that you use today as your personal call to action to move good forward in your everyday lives.
Now, to that end, we'd like to spark that movement with some parting words to ponder from deceased Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Fight for the things that you care about, but do it in a way that leads others to join you. It's been a pleasure to serve as your Emcees today for our virtual program.
Thank you all for helping us celebrate the impact of Helpline Guardians for Good. Congratulations again to the 2020 Guardians, and have a wonderful Giving Tuesday.